This campaign right here we ran for roughly 21 days, I think, and we got 22 booked appointments, and we paid 311 crowns for each and every single one, and that's equivalent to 45 USD. So let's say that you're getting $45 booked appointments as we are. That would mean that, let's say that you have a closing rate of just 20% to be conservative. That means that you need 5 people on the calendar in order to close one of them. And one client for you is worth $6,000. In our case, we're getting $45 booked appointments, and you need 5 on the calendar in order to close one of them, which means that you're going to times this with 5, and you're paying 225 USD for a customer. Would you do that any day of the fucking week, man? $225 to make $6,000. And the way that you stand out is by repackaging your offer so it's not even comparable to the rest of the competition. So you're building this kind of blue ocean for yourself. And the way that we've done that is, instead of going from selling packages to anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 a month, we got to the point where we're selling an infrastructure, where we are building a structure inside of the company, and they're paying us $15K up front. Alright peeps, I think that we are live. One more. So in this video I'll share how Zuck provides us with $45 booked appointments that leads to deals worth anywhere from $5,000 a month to $15K for 3 months, and how you effortlessly can do the same and set up the same system in your business. No matter what business you're running, whether this is B2C or B2B, it just has to be a service-based business selling a product to over $1,000 a month. Then you can use this system to scale significantly faster than you would do with referrals, with network, and with outbound. So for every $1 you're putting in, you're getting $3, $5, $10, or even $20 back. That's how powerful this shit is, and this is what we are using to scale right now, scale without agency. So I'm just sharing my entire journey, man, and I hope that you are getting some inspiration and you're getting some learnings, and you can use this to scale your own business. But yeah, I'm very, very grateful for you guys watching along, man. It means a lot. We're getting 100 peeps to 1,000 people who are watching every single time, and that's a lot of people, man, and I'm very, very grateful that you're watching this. So yeah, this is going to be a fun one because you'll get a lot of learnings in regards to scale. Client acquisition is the most important factor to any oxygen in any business. It's the only way that you can scale is by getting clients in. It's about building marketing systems that continuously provides leads for your business, and it's about removing yourself from those marketing machines so you can scale them up without putting more time in. I'm going to show you how Zuck provides us with $45 booked appointments that leads to deals worth anywhere from $5,000 a month to $15K for 3 months, and how you effortlessly can set up the same system in 1 day or less. I cannot say this word for some reason. This campaign right here we ran for roughly 21 days, I think, and we got 22 booked appointments, and we paid 311 crowns for each and every single one, and that's equivalent to 45 USD. I'm from Denmark, that's why it's in Danish crowns right here. And just to give you some insights, $45 maybe seems like a lot for some of you guys, but it really fucking isn't. It's super, super cheap compared to what you're getting out of it. So most people think that if they are selling a service to $1,000 per month, just to show an easy example, they think that they can spend max $1,000 in order for them to go into break even, and that's not true at all. You're obviously, hopefully, keeping your clients for more than 6 to 12 months, which means that your client is worth, if you're keeping them for 6 months, they're worth $6,000 in revenue for your business, which means that you can get up to the point where you're spending roughly 50% of that on paid advertising in regards to acquiring a customer, and that's obviously taking into consideration that it's not very, very expensive for you to fulfill your clients. It's very high margins that you're running in your business, probably over 80%. So let's say that you're getting $45 booked appointments as we are. That would mean that, let's say that you have a closing rate of just 20% to be conservative. That means that you need 5 people on the calendar in order to close one of them. And one client for you is worth $6,000. In our case, we're getting $45 booked appointments, and you need 5 on the calendar in order to close one of them, which means that you're going to times this with 5, and you're paying 225 USD for a customer. Hopefully you're selling something worth more than $6,000. Otherwise, in the end, I'm going to share exactly how you can repackage your offer to charge significantly higher, get way more upfront money, more cash, so you can scale significantly faster than most agencies. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So now that we got that shit out of the way, let's go into the presentation right here. So I'm going to talk about the biggest mistakes that people are making when it comes to paid advertising. Why they fail with it is, first of all, they're not split testing enough, which means that at some point the ad just stops working and their client acquisition is completely gone. Whenever you find something that works, keep on split testing, keep on finding new offers, new angles in regards to getting customers in. So this one campaign right here ran for roughly 20 days. We spent €1,000 on it, and we tested out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 different ad creatives we tested out in a period of 21 days. My whole point here is that you can very quickly find 10 different angles in regards to one ad, and then you can test it out very, very quickly and see what works and what doesn't work. I'm just making you aware that you're going to test out a lot of shit in order to make this work. But once you find what works, you're getting very, very cheap prices and you can scale significantly faster than most businesses. So they stop split testing landing pages. Creatives offer copy after they find something that works. Mistake number 2 is they think that they know their audience better than Zuck does. And just to give you an insight, Facebook collects 52,000 data points on each user, which means that they have a lot of data. They know exactly what person would need your campaign and the offer and the creative that you are sending to them. Because your CPM prices, the prices that you're paying for 1,000 impressions, will increase significantly whenever you're doing this. Because Meta have complete freedom to find your audience. Keep it broad because Mark Zuckerberg knows significantly more than we do. He knows more about you than you know about yourself. And your customers know about them. So let him decide where your ad budget should go towards. Next one. They focus on the fancy shit. That's a big, big no-no, and that's what I learned the hard way. I was spending thousands and thousands of euros on editing, on production when it comes to our paid advertising just to stand out. And what I learned is that the campaigns that I made in Canva in 30 seconds performed better than the high production video content that I made. So to give you an example of this campaign right here used social media to get 200 to 300 high quality leads. Our graphic designer was away. Performed with a 4% click-through rate. So a click-through rate of 4.41% and 3.3%. That's crazy compared to the video content that we shot. So if you take a look at the video content as well, what performed here? We can see we got a click-through rate of 2.5% and 2% and link click-through rate of 0.69%. So here it was significantly higher in this very, very simple ad. And I think out of the 22 leads that we got from this one campaign, our appointments that we got, roughly 10 of them came from this campaign. One big problem with image content, in my opinion, especially when we're doing B2B and we are working in a saturated space, is the quality of the leads. The quality of the leads was not as high as in the image content. So just to show you another example, like high quality video content that costs $1,000 to $3,000 on making, location, editing, videographer. Just to show you an example of how one of these looked like. Let me just show you. To show you one example of how this looks like.
Your Google Ads 100% for free if you invest in our Meta ads. And we have over 50 partners in the UAE and European markets, and they are more satisfied than a kid in a candy store with 4.9 stars out of 5. With Google Ads, we'll attract all the people that are...
Yeah, so we tried a new offer here where we offered Google Ads for free, and that performed quite well, and it cost a lot of money to make compared to this one that took me 30 seconds in Canva to make. This one net positively performed better by providing more leads at a cheaper price, but the only if is that we got more unqualified leads, but still this was net positive compared to the high quality video content that we shot. And the reason that our shit content performs better than high quality video content is because the average person sees around 10,000 ads every day, and we do not like to get sold. So you've trained your brain to avoid all the advertising, all the people who are trying to sell you something that you don't want or maybe even want, but you're training yourself to keep on scrolling. Every single time that you can see something is an ad, then you're just scrolling past it. So whenever you're making an ad, it's the same in cold email. I don't know if you've seen any of my old videos, but it's the same in cold email. People are sitting and scrolling on their email as they're scrolling on their phone, and if you do not have something interesting for them in the first line, they will just scroll past it. If it looks like you're trying to sell them something in the first line, they'll just scroll past it. It's the same fucking thing in paid advertising. So the concept of pattern interruption. How can you offer your product or service in such a unique way that the customer stops up to actually listen to what you've got to say? And the way that you can do that is the copywriting, it's the offer itself, it's the editing, it's the location, it's the music, it's the graphics, it's the humor. If you can think outside of the box with one or multiple of these elements right here, you can interrupt this trained pattern that most people have whenever they're sitting and scrolling on social media, and you can get people's attention, which means that you're getting cheaper CPM prices and you're getting out to more people for less, and you're grabbing their attention by offering your offer in a unique way. So whenever you're launching a new ad, think about how you can become the yellow person in your industry. If you become the yellow person, it means that you're getting cheaper prices and you're getting more leads than anyone else. So you can get down to the point where you're paying $45 to $35 per booked appointment that you're getting in. Don't focus on the fancy shit, focus on the things that interrupt the pattern so that you can get people's attention. Get a strong hook, get something that stands out, and you can convert that cheap attention into leads for your business. The fourth thing, the biggest one that's very, very obvious for most people, if they do not know the customers, if they do not know how to call them out in the start of the advertising, it's not going to work for you. So if you do not know the pain points that your product solves, if you do not target your advertising campaign towards a specific audience, your niche, if you have no social proof or trust in your paid advertising, then you're not going to get anything out of it. And if the solution or offer is not good enough or is not explained in a good enough way, then you're not getting any attention with your ads. You need to make your ads very, very targeted. The way that we're doing that is we're calling them out in the start of the campaign. Are you the owner of an accounting firm in Sweden? So we're saying something very specific that makes them want to stop up and hear what you have to say. That's always how we're starting our ads because it just works so well. No matter if you have a bad offer, bad editing and all that, that. If you're saying that in the start, they will give you a chance to explain what you can offer to them. Do not focus on the fancy shit. Keep it broad. Split test, split test, split test. And if you do not know your customers, you do not get anything out of this. So you need to understand exactly who you're targeting out before you can start. But let's go over to the campaign structure. We already kind of went through this, but the campaign structure should always be broad, anywhere from 18 to 65 years old. This is 56. It should say 65 plus, which means that you're giving Meta freedom to find your audience instead of you doing it for them, resulting in a worse quality and a worse performance than if Meta did it for you. And then what you're doing is you have the campaign, you have the ad set, you have 3 different ad sets in the start. That's what I would do, with 3 different creatives with complete unique angles, so you can kind of test out what works the best, because it interrupts the pattern of the customer. Do not put all the ads in the same ad set, because Meta will just allocate the budget towards the campaign that seems like it's performing the best. But in B2B lead generation, you're spending a lot of money to get a customer in. So you do not know what works the best before you have tested it out, and you've given it roughly anywhere from $50 to $100 to test it out with. Whenever you find out what ad sets performs the best, you're just scaling that one ad set and you're turning off the other ones who are performing worse than this one over here. So let's say that we're getting $45 booked appointment over here, and we are getting $60 to $90 booked appointment over here. What I would do is I would just turn off these 2 ad sets and put all the budget over to this one right here that obviously performs better, and we're getting cheaper prices over here. 3 different ad creatives, that's what I would do. So let's go down to the life hack. So repackage your offer in such a way that you sell high ticket infrastructure instead. A transformation instead of ads management to get more cash to play with. This will also increase your closing rate. This will make everything easier. It will also separate you from the rest of the competition out there. If you're in the agency space, there's a lot of competition. And if you do not have a brand, you need to stand out. And the way that you stand out is by repackaging your offer, so it's not even comparable to the rest of the competition. So you're building this kind of blue ocean for yourself. And the way that we've done that is, instead of going from selling packages to anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 a month, we got to the point where we're selling an infrastructure, where we are building a structure inside of the company, and they're paying us $15K up front. $15K. And that means that instead of having those $1,500 to $3,000 where we're getting lower margins, we're getting $15K up front. The monthly recurring revenue is not really there, but we're getting $15K to play around with, which means that we can invest that into more growth. We can spend significantly more on cost to acquire a customer. And this light bulb moment came to me when I was reading this book over here, Scaling Up by Vern Harnish. One of the best books in regards to scaling big and small businesses, in regards to building structure, and in regards to increasing the value of your business so you can sell it for more. And making it easy to manage everything in between. The 4th chapter in this book is called Cash. Growth sucks cash. So in any business, in order to grow, you need cash. You need to invest in your team, fulfillment, and client acquisition. And if you can spend more than your competition, you will win, especially in Meta advertising. If I can only spend $2,000 because that's what I'm selling my package to, where you can spend $50K of the money that you're taking up front, that would mean $7,500 to acquire one customer. That means that you win the auction on Facebook and you're getting cheaper impressions, you're getting cheaper leads into your business. This just allows you to pay more for the attention. So original offer, $1,500 to $3,500 a month for your offer. Spend max $1,500 to $3,500 on CAC. And then selling a commoditized service that is similar to the competition, which means it's very, very hard to stand out. If you instead went over to the other package, you're selling a marketing solution, you're selling an infrastructure. It's something that's completely different from the original agency model. To set up a machine that books the appointments on autopilot with a small management fee. So you're taking a small fee of anywhere from $500 to $2,500 to manage this entire system. But you're getting all the money up front. This allows you to hire a better team, deliver better results because you have more cash to do so. It's also one of the principles of $100 million offers by Alex Hermosi. To give you an example of what one of these systems would look like. So all of you know High Level. High Level is a tool in regards to managing the CRM system, in regards to the leads, automation and all that. It is basically an entire fulfillment center for your agency, especially for local lead gen. In this case, we're generating the leads for them through Meta. We are taking care of the paid advertising. We're doing the AI appointment setting through Go High Level, and then we're nurturing and qualifying. Then you're turning into a SaaS entrepreneur, something that you've always dreamt about, because then you're running a real business. So that's also one of the benefits of going into Go High Level, because you're running a real business, man. So you can spend, in this case, you can spend $3,000 to $7,500 on CAC. Significantly more. And you're selling a unique dream outcome full service solution instead of a monthly service that can be outsourced to a $3 an hour virtual assistant on Upwork. So all these individually. If you're selling a CRM system for itself, it's roughly $100 a month. If you're selling Meta ads for itself, it's roughly $1,500 a month. If you're selling appointment setting, that will be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a month. If you're even doing a good job and you're doing appointment setting, that will be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a month. You can even charge more, but it's very, very hard to scale an appointment setting agency simply because you're managing so many people, so many VAs. Then you have the email automations. That's also $500 a month. So you're combining all the services, and this will be a completely new system. And we can call this AI lead flow system. It seems like something completely new, which means that the customer initially would think that this is something else compared to the competition. Also because your pricing is completely different. So you're selling a one-time service fee at 15K, and then you can do a management fee of the softwares, compared to selling a service to $2,500 a month or $1,000 per month. So you're selling a unique dream outcome instead. And that means that you're getting higher closing rate, more satisfied customers, and better margins, and you're getting all your money up front, which means that you can scale significantly faster than the average business. So if you repackage your offer in a unique way, if you're selling an infrastructure instead, it will seem like something completely different, and it is completely different. And the cool thing about AI is coming into the world now, and these infrastructures, they can be 100% automated. So if you, for example, are generating leads for a construction company, you can set up an AI appointment setting system where you have one system who are generating the ads. Now that AI has come to the world, you can automate this entire process, which means that these infrastructures is so much more valuable because you're setting up an AI system, a marketing system inside of that business, and you're selling that package for 15K or 20K or 25K. So it will deliver more value because it's a full service marketing solution for them. Setting up the advertising, it has to be updated every 3 to 6 months. AI appointment setup to book the appointments directly on the calendar. It's a complete full service marketing system. So you're selling an infrastructure, a completely new thing compared to the average agency. So strongly recommend you to read this book over here. It's a book in regards to how you can scale your business. It's a tough book to go through, but it's just a very, very good book in my opinion. Hopefully this was valuable to you. So this is just overall what you have to do whenever you want to scale your business with paid advertising. Number 1, the most important thing, know your customer. Number 2, don't focus on the fancy shit, but stand out via pattern interruption. Number 3, keep the advertising broad. Number 4, keep split testing. Always split test. Always allocate some budget to split testing new creatives. And if you just follow these steps, you'll get cheaper prices than anyone else. And that's exactly what we're doing for our clients and ourselves. Damn, this was a long video. But thank you so much for watching to the end if you watched this far. Subscribe if you want to hear more from us in regards to AI, how you can leverage that in your business, in regards to being more efficient, in regards to building up automated marketing systems. I'll see you guys in the next one.